right, Troy, it's Perch Prime, Week 14, the award show, final show of the year. Bringing the noise, we got G1, the host, we got the commission, we got transsexual Tyler for the last time this year.
Yeah, bear with me one more time on the worst segment, bitches.
Whoa, easy on yourself.
Mike was supposed to be on again this week and has ditched us 4 times this year. So
4 fucking
the
times.
award for worst friend in Perch, Mike Hessen. That's the first award of the year. All right, let's jump right into the topics. NFL is about winners, and there's one team that's been winning a lot in Perch Prime, and that's the Browns. Go ahead, Trav.
How about them brownies, baby? Let me tell you something. Baker Mayfield in the first half of that game last week against Tennessee, if he plays like that, we can beat any team, any game, any day. Doesn't matter. Kansas City Chiefs, we'll go into Kansas City and beat a team like that. We play like that. We're winning ball games. We beat Baltimore next week. It's huge. But this game, let's get back to this game. This was the first time at halftime, me and Renato, we did not rush back in at halftime because we had such a comfortable lead. This is the first fucking time I can remember at halftime not rushing back to the TV when the game was on. I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy myself out here in the garage for another second before I head to the TV. And Tennessee did score a couple touchdowns on us late, but, I mean, the game was already too far gone. And, wow, Baker Mayfield, wow. If we can get that guy every Sunday, sign that motherfucker up.
Being comfortable actually brings me to comment of the week, a random spot comment of the week up in the topics this week. It was actually a meme of a picture Pat Miller posted. The guy looked. Well, this is the rail meme of the week from Pat Miller. It was a guy looking at his drink and thought, and the top said Browns ahead 78-2 at half. The bottom said, this is going to be a nail biter. Browns sure know how to blow that big lead.
Pretty good.
Got a little close at the end there.
We didn't have a couple of our key secondary guys either. You know, we didn't have Denzel Ward that game. So that was once Ryan Tannehill figured that out, it seems like Corey Davis was wide open every play.
Trev, Myles Garrett or Chase Young?
Oh, I'll take Myles Garrett all day.
Those are the two top young ends.
Chase Young's looking good. I mean, Myles Garrett looked good his first couple of years. Like, I feel like Chase Young will hit his wall or, you know, an injury or something like that. And Myles Garrett hit that too after his first year in the league. His first year was actually kind of injury hampered too. But they're both freak athletes. I would be tickled to death to get either one. Like Mike Tomlin said, like, man, whatever he said, like, yeah, I love guys like you, but I gotta lose like 15 games to get you. Like, he real recognized real is what motherfucker said.
We'll see if Chase Young has a little temper like Myles Garrett. We'll find out.
And a homosexual, according to Trav.
Chase Young?
No, Myles Garrett.
I was gonna say that would be the biggest power couple in the fucking world.
All right.
Who's giving and who's receiving?
Doesn't matter.
They're currently the 5 seed. They play the Ravens, then the Giants, then the Jets, and the Steelers. So going to be tested in these next 4 weeks.
Baltimore's huge. This Monday night game against Baltimore. Wow, getting my popcorn ready.
And Giants on Sunday night now. So
both of them are playoff potential teams. I thought that was a good flex. It makes sense.
Yeah, we don't need to see the Cowboys anymore.
We all knew it before this, but the Browns are America's team now. We have taken that over from the Cowboys this year.
Have fun with it.
2020 would be the year we get all of our shit together.
Next up, we got the Eagles. Troy and Kier's Eagles. They're 3-8-1, 1.5 games out. Perch is starting.
Suck.
And they're going to pay Wentz $128 million for 4 years starting next year. Eagles are in an interesting position.
Eagles are going to trade Wentz.
Colts, Bears.
Somebody will bite and give a stupid offer to get Wentz off the books of the Eagles. Like, if it comes down to it, they'll find a suit. There's always a suit.
How about these fantasy gurus calling like Hurts as like, oh, he's got a good schedule in the playoffs. Never know, guy might take off, win every one of their fucking leagues. So are you
I don't know.
trying to put in a waiver for Hurts this week?
He's got Greg Ward to throw to, so
Look at Taysom Hill, and Greg Ward's going to be blazing trails out there. So you better believe it.
I'm gonna keep my waiver wire selections this week to myself. I do have the number 3 selection. Couchot has number 1. Kier has number 2.
Kier's not allowed to do anything, is he?
He won't.
I don't think that's a rule, but
We did it last year, where if you weren't in the playoffs I thought we did.
Unless he's like Rick, he probably won't.
might be an ethical decision by each owner.
There's 3 or 4 guys out there this week that are definitely worth adding to the roster. It's actually like this deep into it. I'm wishing I saved. I was 3rd last week, and I messed up my waiver, and now I'm 7th. So I wish I would have kept mine, to be honest, with some of these options.
Depends on what's on your team. We got the Bucks. They're 7-5. They're the current 6th seed. They play the Vikings, the Falcons, the Lions, the Falcons. They play the Vikings, the Falcons, the Lions, the Falcons. That is it.
All
Easy
winnable.
schedule.
Winnable.
Yeah.
Jared Rails Bucks. They're going to the playoffs. Dolphins 8-4. Upcoming schedule: Chiefs, Pats, Raiders, and Bills. Not easy.
None of them.
Brown fans are liking that one. Tough upcoming schedule. We're going to see who these Dolphins really are. Tyler, your Bengals. Any thoughts on the season?
Today, well, dude, my tune has completely changed. It's not so much Zach Taylor. It is, but I think it's more of this staff that he has around him is shit. And like this opportunity without Joe Burrow, if he could win a game, it could show like the powers that be, like, okay, this guy's all right, but I think it's going to show that he's as bad as like everyone else thought he was. Jonah Williams, the first-round pick from last year that missed the whole season, was playing well, but he's on IR, so that's 2 IRs in 2 years. Not good.
Marvin Lewis is looking for work, is what I saw. Lewis.
He's being considered for a few jobs. His name's been thrown around. You could say Rooney Rule, but people, he's a wanted name. I mean,
I'm sure you've seen like the funny memes of like the Bengals hiring Marvin Lewis with the mustache, and it's like, Larvin, Lewis or whatever.
The best thing I could say, the Bengals are going to clean house and get rid of Zach Taylor. They need to get rid of he's not considered a GM, but Duke Tobin. He's the player person guy, but he's technically a GM. But if you're going to get rid of Zach Taylor, he's got to go too. You need to bring in a whole new. Don't half-ass another fucking pretend. Don't do a pretend rebuild.
Gotta get a Moneyball guy in there. Too bad Jonah Hill's busy making movies.
Yeah.
And the other real ones in the Browns organization. DePostre's not going anywhere.
Cowboys, Bengals this week. It's a big Tyler versus Quill matchup. We'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Are you guys betting money on that game?
No, we don't. I don't. It's for the number 3 pick in the draft. Whoever loses is probable to get the number 3 pick in the draft. So it is hopefully we lose each team situation.
Wow.
So there we go. That'll be the Cowboys season. That pretty much sums it up. We're hoping to get the number 3 pick and lose to the Bengals this week.
Cowboys going pass rusher next year for sure. Jerry can't. Oh, he gets up that high. He's just licking his chops at those pass rushers.
There aren't a Chase Young. There's not a Myles Garrett. It's going to be
really?
Or it's probably going to be a trade back situation.
Oh, nice.
Last, we got the Bears. They're 5-7. They lost to the Lions this week. They are embarrassing.
Yeah.
God damn.
I thought the
calling
truth
them
would get it
fake
out.
good for way too long. I almost was considering, are they fake good or are they just middle of the pack? And they're just bad.
They were 5-1. They're now 5-7.
As a Bengals fan, come on down, Bears. You guys are just as bad as the Bengals. As far as that defense is not for what they pay those players. The money they have out there, it's just.
And I don't think they have a first-round pick this year again because they're still giving them to the Raiders.
And they're still paying Mike Glennon money from his contract. He started somewhere else.
That
Up
guy's
there with the worst franchises in sports. I ranked them before we started, I had Browns 1, Dolphins 2, Bucks 3, Eagles 4, Cowboys 5, Bears 6, Bengals 7. That injury, that puts you at the bottom. Okay, just storylines. Dez COVID handshakes last night. He was out there hugging everyone, and then nope, he's got COVID, and it could be a big factor for us, Tyler. I'm sure he talked to Lamb, 88.
Anything happens, it'll be. I mean, if he was tested positive, players could start testing positive as early. I mean, we don't know when he got it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that too. I was like, damn, fucking bipolar Dez then goes to Twitter and fucking, dude, he's got some shit going on. Like, he went
Very
from
much.
being done with the season to, hey, we won. Let's get this shit in a matter of 3 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he had, get your shit together or you're out the door. But it's like,
hopefully the vaccine is on its way. It is on its way. Hopefully, I don't know if the NFL players are going to get vaccinated right away. I don't know how that works. It goes to old people, healthcare workers, and the NFL players.
So Dez he's a senior citizen. He probably gets it.
He may. All right, Trav, it's that time of week. We got weekend review.
the weekend review. Well, what'd you guys do this weekend?
I won the fantasy matchup. That was my big thing this week.
I lost the fantasy matchup.
You know what?
Playoffs.
Let's start off with Gwill. Gwill, talk about your matchup a little bit. Talk us through it, would you?
We're gonna do them.
It's a good matchup. Ferg had a bunch of skanks for wide receivers. He played Kuti from the Texans, and he had, I think, 20 points. Deshaun had that fumble at the end. That was huge. And then I just started racking up the points. Gibson played 2 plays. That's big moving forward. Gaskin's good. Taylor was good. Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. Goff had a bounce-back week. Started Frisker for the Titans. He had like 5 catches, I think.
Yep.
150 points.
Solid. 152 to 124. You got him fucking good.
If Gibson plays, that's probably 170 points. But
Gwill, you picked up Frisker from the Titans?
Just for last week with Johnny.
But like it was crazy because so Jonnu Smith, when he missed his first game, Frisker went off. Had like a fucking phenomenal game. I can't remember what it was, but the last 9 weeks or the last 7 weeks, it's been Swam, however the fuck you pronounce his name. He's been the best producing Titans tight end. That was a crazy. That was a good call by you. Like, I'd say volume wise, you go with the Swam guy.
Ferksker.
Between Hooper and Schultz this week. But all right, next matchup.
Gross. Moving on, we got Findlay football team stomped the shit out of TJ last week, 190 to 94, 55 points for Darren Waller. The Walrus just laid up all over that beach, and so did all that team.
Post team played at 1 p.m. and usually they don't do that. And at 1 p.m., I was just defeated, man. I saw those Waller numbers come in. I had Zeke later. I had Aaron Rodgers at 4. Like, fuck, man. But it was just like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of games, I kind of knew how it was going to go.
It was over. Landry went ham. Thomas did good. Montgomery had another great game. Lamar Jackson got it in gear. Pat's team cranked it into gear, but it wasn't enough to make the playoffs. Enough things did not happen in his favor. Speaking of one of them, Renato whooped my ass. This was a back-and-forth game. I thought I had a chance. I thought I had it shut out. And then Ryan Tannehill comes back in the second half of the game, starts scoring points, gets 32 points for him. Nick Chubb had a decent game, 80 yards, a touchdown. Cole Beasley, though, he's the story of Renato's team. He's the story of this year. 33 points, 9 receptions, 130 yards, a touchdown. This guy's a fucking animal. Travis Kelce, fucking animal.
I was thinking when we were talking about Cole Beasley in the chat, I'm like, all those players that he has this more than that, does he have better numbers than Stephon Diggs even? I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does.
Stephon Diggs is top 3 in fantasy wide receivers right now. Like,
yeah.
He's definitely top.
Earlier in the season, I think he was.
Best player on my team, Justin Herbert, 1 point. All right, moving on. We had the greatest show in Perch slam the door on the former champ, Troy Van Treese. He slammed it hard. Troy left his toes and his fingers in the fucking door things, and he slammed it on him. Troy is sore. He's hurting. Troy's already even said how he's been hurting in the group chat. God bless Troy. Stay strong. See you in the toilet bowl, motherfucker.
Diggs is 7. Beasley's like 20.
Oh, gross. The greatest show in Perch, 149. The Hammer, 73. Moving on, we had, another man's soul and dreams get crushed. Mike, you know I'm talking to you, brother. Sorry about your luck. I was actually rooting for you. I wanted to see you make the playoffs and just cause a whole bunch of chaos. It would have been great. But, you got to earn your stripes in the Perch NFL, and I'm actually kind of glad that you did make it as well, because you need to learn that you can trade and have the best team in the world and jerk off night and day about it, but it doesn't mean you're going to make the playoffs at the end of the year, okay? Squad Day Cool Cat went ham. Dalvin Cook. Hill has proven to be a solid quarterback. Justin Jefferson, rookie best wide receiver on the year right now. Ebron's turned on. D-Hop had a little bit of a bounce-back game. Didn't give Mike a chance to even fucking play. We had a couple of matchups that don't matter.
Okay, then real quick, hold on. So what was the quick summary? What needed to happen for some of these guys to get to the playoffs, real quick? So if Mike would have won, would he have been in the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 100% if Mike won.
Same thing with Troy. If Troy would have won,
would have been in the playoffs. Renato?
No, Renato. Troy needed to win. Mike needed to win. If they both lose, if one of them loses, then I could have got in. If they both lost, then Nato got in.
Wow, that's fucking crazy how that shook out.
And if one of me or Nato would have lost, then Pat Miller would have been in.
Hell yeah.
Pretty awesome how it shook out. But that's all we got for the weekend reviews. Now we're moving on. We're moving on to round 1 of the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, we are. Tyler went 5-2 last week in his picks. Trav went 3-4. Computer went 4-3.
Oh shit!
No.
What's the totals?
I'll get to that after we make our picks this week. We'll announce the winner, part of the awards. Comment of the week was actually a meme of a picture. It looked exactly like Troy today.
Oh.
It said, "I joined Fantasy Football League so that I could act like I don't care." Troy's pouting and he's.
Well, no, that started with Haynes said, I make the playoffs every year, and finally I don't, so it's going to be nice to sit back. But he goes, the money is good, though. And I was like, wait, do we make money just for making the playoffs? Or do you have to actually win something?
I made money by making the playoffs because Haynes owes me $100. We'll get to that later. Honorable mention, Mike to me before the playoff matches or the week matches started. You're not going to win your matchup and definitely not going to outscore me by 46 points. I won my matchup and I outscored Mike by 62.5.
Fuck, man. He put that in writing himself. He fucking jinxed his own ass for that.
That he did.
Wow.
Comment of the year comes from Dom James. In a tweet, he said, "I had a threesome with 2 fat girls. I'm going to need a bigger bed." That's your comment of the year for the Perch FL this year. Rail meme of the year. We have 2. It's the Big Ben tongue. And the 2 guys hanging. And the one looks at the other one first time.
Yeah. Yo, Rail really stepped up his game. I just want to say, every time I see a meme by him, I'm like,
oh, we got to check it out. All right, Tyler, last transsexual Tyler hour of the week here, or the year.
Hey, I want to open up by saying next year, me included, I want there to be more season-long bets, man. I think that'd be fun. I think if we draft guys you really believe in, and some other guys try, why not throw out a 20? If we had a bunch of 20 to 40 to 50 to dollar wager, you know what I mean? Make it fun.
We'll have a big board at the next one, like a stencil with all the bets on it. People just write down your bets all day on it, and then we'll.
Yeah. Do you think this guy's gonna outscore this guy, or we could? I really think that it would take it up another notch if we did yearly, maybe even weekly bets. They don't have to be for a lot of money, but we can keep track of it. It's just another way. Like, I kind of felt left out this year not being in on any of the year-long bets, and I probably would have lost my year-long bets, to be honest. Like,
I tried to go Browns Bengals with you, but you did
no,
not.
no, wasn't going to do that this year. Probably won't be willing to do that for 2 more years.
That's crazy because I went that with you, like knowing the Browns was Browns every
I
year.
know, and I thought that
You
was
bitch
crazy.
out like when the Browns finally get good.
Yeah, fuck no. I'm not blinded. I'm not happy, and I know how bad the Bengals are. All right, so I don't know if you guys all paid out yet or whatever, but Will beat Haynes for their season-long bet. Rick beat Trav for their season-long bet. We have Nick Chubb and Ezekiel Elliott for rushing yards only. 799 yards for Nick Chubb. That's 784 yards. This bet couldn't be better for a week when Chubb goes into Baltimore, where week 1 he only had 60 yards rushing, and Zeke goes into Cincinnati, who just is not good, as we've been knowing and saying. So the bet could, I don't think it'll flip, but just seeing that Chubb
It's a
didn't.
great bet.
Chubb only had 60 yards that week against the first week against Baltimore. I mean, that's something to at least go off of. It doesn't mean much for we had no preseason, so that didn't mean shit. Week 1 didn't mean shit.
All right, because my I got a worship shrine here, so I think Nick Chubb's gonna be a-okay. All right, we got that on the wall in the Lucky Man Cave. I think we'll be all right. We got the Giants coming up, the Jets in Pittsburgh. It's a decent schedule for Chubb, but the guy's a goddamn freak, and Zeke has given up on life, and he's a stoner. I mean, admit it, Will. The guy's a fucking stoner that doesn't got it.
I'm just wondering if we've been blinded by his offensive line. If he's just an average guy. I feel like if you looking back, the couple of years that Zeke was as good as he was, I think you could put like Joe Mixon in that, and he would have been the best running back in the league. I think you could have put.
For sure.
I mean, Tony Pollard's like looking all right. He's like almost better than Zeke efficiently with a worse offensive line. Like, it's weird.
The offensive line was fine this week too. They protected Dalton well, and Dalton was just bad.
Dalton fall off too well. Like, he was doing his reads and he was getting it off. In the end, it didn't. We saw.
Are you? We'll save that. We'll save that.
So. Sorry, boys, that this last transaction, Tyler, I don't have much. I'm going to leave you with this. Rookie running backs. And I don't think we all saw any of this coming, but their grades so far, according to PFF, Antonio Gibson is ranked number 1 for rookie running backs at 79.1. Jonathan Taylor at 74.8, James Robinson 73, and CEH, who we all thought would be, especially after fucking week 1. Do you remember week 1? He actually got rushes.
Good.
He was like a part of that offense.
Yeah, they used him.
I mean, he has a good grade. It's 72.8. But when it comes down to it, like, we'll talk about Antonio Gibson, but that was a great pick, Will.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, I said to you guys, I feel like this dude has been in the league for a lot longer than just fucking 12 weeks or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, next year, I'd like everyone to like have some sort of fucking player bet or something. Like some guy that you picked that you had a feeling about that no one else is believing in. Like for me this year would have been Jonnu Smith, who's injured now, but anyways, I would have bet on him against a lot of other people's tight ends. You know what I mean?
If we could make that a rule, one, you have to have one like player bet or some sort of year-long
like
bet.
a
Someone else for $20, at least one.
Because I would be paying people out right now for my Jonnu Smith. I promise you, I would have. That was like my fucking baby of the draft pick. Like I was so pumped.
I'm excited for this offseason this year too because we're gonna make so many good changes to the league. Rules gonna be followed.
We need a summit. We need a meeting, Zoom, whatever we got to do. and we'll break everything down.
We're going to have a Zoom, yeah. We're just going to have to do a Zoom, and we're going to have to talk about all the shit. And I don't want to do it like the same week of the draft. I want to do it sometime in the off season,
Yeah. Give us something to look forward to. We haven't,
middle of the off season sometime, a couple months before. Yeah, get our
do it in like spring. Like May.
Get it, Guelph.
All right. I don't know if we'll have distractions here. G2's in the building.
Nice.
On to the playoff matchups. Kiesler's on a bye, got the 1 seed. Couchot also on a bye, got the 2 seed. First matchup of the playoffs, we have Nato versus Ferg. Number 6 Nato snuck into the playoffs. Said he almost got a bye, barely snuck into the playoffs. Versus number 3 Ferg. Computer analysis likes Nato 63% of the time.
What?
Height, Nato 5'6", Ferg 6 foot. Weight, Nato 210 pounds, Ferg 135 pounds soaking wet. Location,
135.
both come out of Findlay, Ohio. Records, Nato is a one-time last place champion. This is his first playoff appearance, I think. And then Ferg is a 2-time champion. Projection, Nato 125. ESPN projection, Nato 125. Ferg 137. Question marks for the teams. Nato, he's starting 2 tight ends this week. Got Kelsey in, and then he's got Green Bay's Tanyan. Double tight end, getting a little desperate. Kelsey's amazing. We'll see what happens there.
He's crazy. Oh, he doesn't even have Higgins in. They should start Higgins in there, but
I think Ferg's question mark of the week, McCaffrey. That's going to be the biggest thing of the week. Is McCaffrey going to play? DJ Moore's out. He's got him in his starting lineup right now. I don't know.
Another big question mark for Ferg is, can Deontay Johnson catch a fucking ball? I mean, the dude has had so many drops.
He was okay last week. I think he had like
he's had like 4 drops he's had almost double-digit drops over the last 2 games. He's been
touchdown. He had a touchdown last week.
Ben fucking loves him, so he kept throwing it to him. And I'm a Juju Smith owner, and I'm like, bro, start throwing it to the guy that you've been like. But he keeps Deontay Johnson is like, it doesn't matter. Ben does not fucking care that he's been dropping passes, and he drops some big ones. Man.
So Ferg has DJ Moore in his flex right now. Didn't he just test positive for COVID?
Yeah.
I think he's hurt.
No, he's COVID.
Oh,
Curtis he tested positive.
Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore are both out.
Tested positive.
I couldn't remember if it was close contact or not, but yeah, I think they're positive. I think you're right. I think
QBs. I'm going to give the nod to Ferg. He's got Watson over Nato's Tannehill. Running backs, got to give the nod to Nato, especially with McCaffrey a question mark. He's got Chubb and Ronald Jones.
Hey,
receiver, I think they're pretty equal. Lockett and Beasley, to Thielen and Deontay Johnson.
I don't think they're equal.
Who do you got? Lockett and Beasley?
Well, it's just I was looking at like Ronald Jones, Lockett, Beasley. Those guys are all fucking. Beasley's been more consistent than either of them, but they're all fucking hit or miss. Lockett has like that every other game.
They're all in good matchups this week.
And Ronald Jones has had every other games too. It's really fucking weird. Another thing with Renato's team, and I've seen a lot about it on Twitter, is people are freaking out that the matchup against Jacksonville could lead to not get a lot of points because they could get up so early. He won't need to throw, and it'll be the Derrick Henry show. But there was one fantasy analyst. He was like, listen, if you're worried about that, at least you would, if they got to that point, Tannehill should have gotten you a good amount of points, bonus excluded. But that does kind of make you think. Like, Jacksonville.
Did you see how Tennessee's secondary played last week? I think Jacksonville's going to put up some points. I don't think this is going to be a slow game.
Minnesota played Jacksonville last week, and Cook didn't do that much.
Yeah, that's a good point. Jacksonville scored first. They were in that game.
So
I had a bad take and it was Watson. I thought he was going to get brought back down to earth, but man, the fantasy analysts were all over that one this week too. I thought I had put a fucking waiver. I wasn't going to start the guy. I thought I'd put a waiver, but
another great start by Ferg.
Yep, amazing.
Ass backwards into him.
What a fucking QB to wide receiver, like, god damn. So I actually gonna kind of stand on that hill and say Watson gets brought back down to earth this week a little bit, maybe. I don't know if they'll continue that success, but I think you nailed it. Like, it's
and then tight end is obviously Nato. He's starting 2 tight ends. He's got to have the better tight end number.
Renato has Robert Tonyan because of his fucking bullshit that he did at the beginning of the year.
And
just
Beasley.
So you know.
And Beasley. He was a part of that too.
Ooh, Tanyan's wow. Yeah. He stuck around for the playoff run. That's hilarious. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna have to go with the underdog, Renato.
Oh, Nato.
I'm going Ferg. Man, Ferg's team truly scares me, even without CMC. The volume that he potentially has looks really good. That really frustrates me that Nato's starting 2 people from fucking cheating, and he knew he was doing it, and he got
the second one.
Beasley, Cole Beasley, and Tonyan.
He had all these tight ends and wide receivers and running.
If we ever have a pandemic again, we need to make sure that if Nato were to pull that shit, he has to physically himself drop all 4 of those players, the players that he put on and the players that he gained from cheating. If we have another worldwide pandemic, that is, you know.
Nato's 20 can go towards the tattoo.
The computer.
I love it.
And Trav are on Nato. Tyler's on Ferg. Okay, we got another matchup. This is the Perch Prime battle. It's number 5 Gwill versus number 4 Tyler in the second matchup. We got the computer analysis likes Gwill 59% of the time. Height 6'1", Gwill. Tyler 5'8". Weight. Gwill 212 and dropping, I might add. Haven't been eating. Tyler 200.
Probably like 205 to be honest.
Oh, 205. All right, scratch that one out.
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Location, we got obviously Tacoma, Washington for Gwill. Tyler resides in Toledo, Ohio. Record, this is Gwill's first playoff appearance. 2-time last place award winner in the keeper era. And Tyler is a 1-time champ. How many times have you made the playoffs, Tyler?
I know I missed I didn't make it last year, and I think I missed the year prior due to 1 point on the last game of the year against Pat Miller, where I lost by 1 point.
3-time playoffs?
I know in the keeper era, I was definitely in the play. I didn't get to.
Projection, ESPN has me at 122.1, and it has you at 129.1. So you up 7 there. Question marks for the team. Gibson is out. We talked about that earlier. And then Goff plays New England. My quarterback plays New England on Thursday night, too. And that Thursday night matchup, I hate the Thursday night matchup. I do not playoff.
You're playing Andy Dalton.
Only saving grace.
Right now, I'm playing Andy Dalton. And then Tyler's question mark. He's got Mixon out, and he's got 5 people questionable right now on his starting roster.
Zeke's questionable. James Robinson's questionable. Denzel Mims, Jonnu Smith, Jerry Jeudy. Like, what the fuck? And as I said that, you might ask yourself, why am I starting these guys? I don't even know. Me neither, man. Like, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
QBs, obviously, Tyler takes it with Rodgers over
Good matchup. Division, though. It's divisional, but a good matchup.
Yeah.
If you win this game, it's going to be because of Aaron Rodgers and hold on, let me find something here.
Here, let me get through these. Running back, I said it was equal. Gaskin and Taylor versus Zeke and James Robinson. Zeke's just not been What?
Yeah, I feel like it could be Robinson, Gaskin, and then Jonathan Taylor, Zeke. Both that diagonal thing they could cancel each other out.
Wide receivers, I have the advantage there. I have
Yeah,
Adams, A.J. Brown, and C.D. Lamb. Tyler has
Wow.
Juju, Mims, and Judy. Tight end, Tyler takes it if he plays. Jonnu Smith versus Schultz. What do you
No,
think of the
hey,
matchup?
Dalton Schultz against fucking Cincinnati. Are you? He's gonna be a top 5. Okay, I'll go bold. Dalton Schultz, top 3 tight end this week against Cincinnati. Man, Andy Dalton seemed to like Dalton Schultz, so I'm revenge game. Andy Dalton revenge game. 2 Dalton Schultz. I'm taking you having one of the best tight end matchups, potential points this week out of the whole league, besides like Kelsey.
Yeah. Which apparently I heard that he had like an abdominal injury. Kelsey did in the late fourth quarter.
Really?
He's so bad he didn't practice Wednesday. So I mean,
what do you think of the matchup, Trev?
What's that?
Our matchup.
What do you think of the matchup?
Taking Gwill.
So
have some confidence.
I'm gonna take myself. I need the absolute like floors from all my players at least. I need a touchdown from Juju Smith. I need like a Zeke bonus or a Zeke touchdown. I need like something. I can't have like a 10 rushing attempt for 60 yards and like 1 catch. Rodgers needs to be I'm gonna myself, but man, like Will, our matchup looking a lot better that Gibson's out, which is crazy, but your team still Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, and C.D. Lamb. If you have that combination, you better be on the fucking playoffs in your league.
Yeah, and almost didn't make it. So you're picking yourself.
Yeah.
Final season record for you guys, for everyone. Trav takes it 50-41. Tyler, 2 games behind, 48-43. And then the computer was 9 games behind, 41-50.
I am the greatest! I know all! I know more than you and the computer and other computers.
Hey, I was just going to say, not only that you predicted more than me, but you predicted more than the fucking computer. That is impressive.
There you go.
I know my shit. I know my shit, sometimes just not when it's my shit.
You both were better than computer.
That reminds me real quick. Trev, are you gonna get consulting fees for whoever wins the KFL? Do you still have that to look forward to at least?
No, because fucking Mike's team was like last place a couple weeks ago when I checked in.
So you finished last place this year.
I've got another source in the league, and when I checked in a couple weeks ago, he told me some pretty unfortunate news, and
shit,
it's not looking good for Mike. So no
consulting fee. Wow.
Okay. Before we get to the awards,
my favorite part.
As the rewards go, we usually do a little in memoriam for a couple things that we lost this year. Let's get the tunes here.
Oh, say can you see?
Okay. One thing we lost this year, Big Dom James. R.I.P. to the big fella. Not in the league anymore. He was a staple to the league.
He was top 3 all the time.
Yeah. Whispers in the bush saying he might be taking Rick's spot.
Okay, we'll get to that later. Also, Kier, he was out for a minute. Now he's back. Kier, out for a minute. Now he's back. So, in memoriam, Will's playoff drought. Finally made the playoffs, and Nato's playoff drought in memoriam. R.I.P. to those. Haynes' playoff streak. A long streak.
Oh, shoot.
All those playoff losses that he's stacked up over the years, never been able to win the ship. And his streak comes to an end this year, 2020. And then also Mike's playoff dreams. Sad for Mike. He thought he had it all, and it was all lost. R.I.P. to Mike's playoff dreams.
That's also money that he won't have. Like I know that fantasy was like his income for the year. No, I don't mean it like that. He told me once that fantasy football is my job.
Yeah.
He literally told me that.
Can you imagine, like, on the resume, like, every job he goes to, they're like, so, yeah, it says here on, like, your third one that you're a football manager? Yeah, I manage a football team, like, a lethal football team. Like, I can just imagine the interview.
All right. All right, Mike's playoff teams. RIP to all those that we lost this year. You'll always be remembered. Here, the rest of the awards. We're ready for the rest of the awards. We got 12 votes. I know who didn't vote. That would be Kier, and that would be Ferg, the least active on the group me chat.
But that's bullshit, because Ferg he told me when he's out hunting, he's on the fantasy app the entire time.
Yeah, you had to be on it a random Tuesday, or what is it, Wednesday of the year for these. First up,
these pickups, and he's not active in the. Wow.
Yeah. First up, Trav, we have the fan favorite.
Fan favorite. All right, I just got this shipped in from Gwill. Let's see what we got here. Fan favorite. Wow, Gwill. Surprise, surprise. Shipped in from Gwill. Gwill's number 1 with 5 votes. We have Cool Cat with 3, Ferg with 3, Tyler with 1, and that's all she wrote.
Nato Kusho with 0. I mean, I'm glad everyone wants me to win the league this year. I'll try my best. You know that Gibson injury it takes a little out of me, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I want to say I'm playing against you, so fuck you. But your strategy this year, we were on the phone when you were like, you adjusted your draft. You had what you had in front of you, and then you said, okay, right now, I'm making a decision. I have to go 0 running back. And you did it, and you did it well. Antonio Gibson is fucking unfortunate. If I beat you, and it looks like because of that, I'm very, I feel that. I will feel that, because I thought you did a great job drafting. Your 0 running backs all turned out to be fucking good, while us guys with Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, fucking Christian McCaffrey, those guys aren't contributing to their teams.
Ended up second in points. We'll get to that later. Second award of the night is the Most Hated Award. Who you least want to win the championship? Joe ran away with this 6 votes. Nato pulled in 3. Gwill pulled in 2. Ferg pulled in 1. Easter and Tyler got 0 votes. I'm the most polarizing owner of the year with 2 votes that don't want me to win it and 5 that do. But congratulations to Kuz Show for being the ultimate heel of the year. No one's rooting for you. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Congratulations, Kuz Show. Loves the villain.
He does.
There were ramblings that Kuz Show had a very, very big binder full of information. I really like Kuz Show's draft. So Kuz Show ended up where I think we thought he would be. And he's proud of it, so good for him.
Yeah,
okay.
He's the best guy ever at making it to the finals and losing. So let's see if he can end his own curse.
Yeah, let me grab him.
Tyler just leave right when he's about to do the Perch Prime Announcer of the Year award.
Wow, what a fucking piece of shit.
I got my answer right here. But what's the category again?
Perch Prime Announcer of the Year. The nominees are Tyler, Bill, or the Commish.
Oh, shit. Did I even write that down? Oh, I did. All right. So, we're going to go in last to first. I'm presenting this award because my fellow announcers, you guys all beat me by 2 votes or more. I received 2 votes. I will try to be better next year. I'm glad I got 2 votes. That's awesome. Let me know what I need to do, because Trav just hates my fucking segment and thinks it's too long. Speaking of Trav, Will got 4 votes and Trav got 5 for the W. Congratulations, Trav. You got Announcer of the Year. Your energy keeps us coming back. Truly, truly does. Even when you're in last place, even years past, when the Browns have been in last place, you still continue to bring the fucking energy.
Thank you. In some ways, it's a lot harder than others. I can tell you that, especially when you lose 9 in a row. It's hard to even show up Wednesday nights, let alone have energy for it. So it's been a rough ride this year. But you know what it's all about? This right here, joy. And you know what the Perch FL brought me this year? Joy. And you know what? Every single time I lost, I brought joy for one of your teams. So technically, it's been a joyful year. And you know what? I'm happy I can bring joy to others by losing to them or, giving them a win.
Hopefully, Tyler can do better next year. He's 0 for 2 in the Perch Prime Announcer of the Year race.
I think it's something.
Next up, Trav, you have the Perch Prime Guest of the Year. A lot of good guests this year.
Got that right here? Guest of the Year. Patrick Miller. Close call with Amber. Pat had 6. Amber had 5. I was actually the deciding vote here. Had to go my boy Patrick because he kept it OG. And, I just couldn't have Amber win a topic when she's not even in the league. Rick had 1 vote. We all know Rick voted for himself there. And that's all I got wrote.
That's it. 12 votes.
Hey, I just want to say I really do enjoy Pat and his content, and Rick did throw out like Pat should be a regular guest. I think a lot of people should. I think next year if we could like figure out a way to bring people in and then do a little quick thing, maybe even like just quickly get someone in here and there for some input on different things, along with having a episode long guest. I think that'd be cool if we could have people ring in real quick and stuff.
I like the idea. I forgot about an award I had here. There's actually a major award and a sub award as well. The Grumpy Old Man Award. This was unanimous. Rick won this hands down. And then there was a subcategory that also Rick won hands down. Whiny Little Bitch. Usually Tyler Ford wins that one, and we don't even have to vote on it, but it was just unanimous all the way around this year.
Okay. New awards.
I'm not the whiny little bitch of the year.
There you go. There you go.
It was a Rick made a strong push the last couple weeks here.
The next award, a big one here, is the Bill Belichick Award, the Best Owner of the Year. It was nominees were the top 10 teams. The last 4 were not included. Troy, Ferg, and Couchot all got 1 vote. For third place, Mike actually got 2 votes. Had the worst draft. He had the worst draft. Turned it around. Almost made the playoffs. Kiesler wins your Bill Belichick Award with 6 votes. Best Owner of the Year. Phenomenal job by Kiesler all around this year.
Yeah.
Last year, Pat Miller won this award. So we will see how it fares in the playoffs. Next up, Tyler, we have the Dan Snyder Award.
All right. So, the Dan Snyder Award, a.k.a. Worst Owner. This one is just, how do I put this lightly? 12 people voted. 11 voted for Commich. 1 voted for Rail. That leaves to wonder who that 1 vote for Rail could have been, because 12 people voted for
my guess is Rail voted for himself.
Trav, you kind of just covered, like, even. I mean, hey, you know what? Stand up again. Take a fucking bow. You come out here week after fucking week. If it's not, oh my God, I did not mean. Jesus.
You said take a bow.
Bringing joy. Bringing more joy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. And Worst Owner Award. Now, here's the thing that is about that award you guys are handing out. Because injuries happen every year. Raheem Mostert, which I think is the reason of Raheem Mostert for Tyreek Hill, is I'm getting this award because I got no use out of Mostert all fucking year. And Tyreek Hill's putting up 200 yards in the first quarter. So I'm fucked. That could have went either way though. Tyreek Hill could have pulled his ACL the next year. So I'll take my losses. I'll take my curb stomps. I will enjoy people giving me shit for the rest of the year. But you know what? I just mute everything out now, and I just really don't care because I know that I'm gonna have a tattoo to remember for the rest of my life on my body, and I don't need any words or anything like that. I'm gonna be able to look down probably at my hip and be like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking loser. So I'll be able to have that to remind myself.
Maybe you could say joy. Joy.
Joy.
Okay. That leaves Trav, best group me owner.
Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good
Nope.
one.
Prime, no Kier, no Ferg.
Let's see what we got here. We got best group me owner, Mike with 6, leading the way. Mike, good job this year. Welcome to the league. It's unfortunate we had to lose Dom. I wish we could go to 16 to get to more. Troy with 2, Rail with 1, P Mill with 1. Good job, Mike. You've been a great addition to the league. I mean, that's so I've already said that. Sad
I
story.
agree.
Love
Mike
Tom's
deserves
death.
it. I agree. Mike deserves it. Man, and like we said, he could have been in the playoffs. Hell of a rookie year. I think he jumped in this league and realized that 10 of us don't have our heads up our asses and we know what we're doing. I'm just kidding. We all know what we're doing. This is not a home league, or this ain't a league where you're gonna get too many mistakes, I guess. Mike even seemed to capitalize on some that I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later.
Yeah.
It is true. Also, Mike receives the Rookie of the Year award. Some stiff competition. Mike takes home Rookie of the Year.
Congrats, Mike.
Okay, that leaves the 4 points awards. We have biggest badass of the year. So that would be the most points. Goes to Kiesler. 1,804 points. The next most was myself with 152.8 points less. So that's a good full week's score.
That's a great
less.
that's a great week for our league. Yeah.
What did we agree on? Was it 100 for points for or 150? Was it the buy-in or 100?
That's your decision.
We're gonna have to go back and do some deep diving on that.
I want to think about that. Defensive player of the year, had the best defense all year. We have Ferg come in with 1,406, 1,406 points against. Second was actually Kiesler, so everything bounced right for Kiesler this year.
All don't lie, as some say.
Next up, we have best draft. Trav?
Well, best draft. Some would say it was me. Some would say
that one
traded them all away.
That's not what we're saying. We are saying Zach Kiesler had the best draft out of everybody. He put a great squad together that was killing it before the Kyler Murray injury. Good thing he has the bye. Hopefully that doesn't hamper him in the playoffs. But it's Zach Kiesler, and it's hands down. The guy's team's lit. His starting lineup's awesome. Jefferson, I don't think he drafted him because I think we all had a chance to pick him up. Maybe he did draft him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he did.
Overall great draft. Got Swift. Swift doesn't know who he is anymore, but he's been a solid addition.
Kiesler, I'd like to say, not a lot of people do the quarterback wide receiver stack or have the opportunity, and he did it, and he picked a good quarterback and receiver to do it with. They have not been consistent, I guess you could say, as of late. But at the beginning of the season, man, Kiesler was beating teams, it felt like, just because of him having that stack. You didn't stand a chance.
And way to go, Zach Kiesler here too, because no one wanted to take the chance on DeAndre Hopkins, a wide receiver switching teams. That was a big story in the offseason. Zach pulled the trigger, and he got rewarded handsomely for it.
Yeah, I remember myself being like, man, in the history of wide receivers, how many of them really just click right away with that quarterback? And a second-year quarterback, nonetheless. Like
Diggs as well.
Yeah, Diggs is. Oh my God, Diggs feels right. Like That's two. Troy has a third with DK and Russ, but man,
Lesson
good.
learned. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Okay.
No for next year.
With every tit, there is a tat. Trav, who had the worst draft?
Mike Hessen. And this guy can deny it all he wants, but this guy scrambled and he made some trades that ended up giving him the greatest team that never made it to the playoffs. So, Mike, you drafted the worst team. I mean, we don't know. I still don't know what you were thinking your first two draft picks.
It was John. It was
David Johnson.
David Johnson and Gurley.
And Todd Gurley.
Oh, Johnson. I thought it was Melvin Gordon.
No,
he was better off taking like Lamar Jackson, like Patrick Mahomes right there or something like that.
Right.
Gordon was 3, I think.
Yeah, Gordon.
Wow.
Coming back around.
Wow.
Never been seen before. Hopefully Mike can get his head out of his ass, maybe not smoke as much weed for the draft next year, and he might win the championship.
Yeah, bring the edibles again, Rick.
Yeah, shove them down Mike's throat, that's for
As long as
sure.
I'm in the playoffs, I ain't mad at it.
All right, Tyler, who had the best pickup of the year?
Oh, man, you gave this to me, so you're going to make me sound arrogant here. I wasn't supposed to say best pickup, I thought. I thought I was trade.
Your best pickup and best trade.
Okay, so James Robinson, I've talked about it. I cannot take full fucking credit. Yeah, great pickup. The guy's floor is like 21 fucking points. What's that dude's? Leonard Fournette, when he left the Jags, Robinson was the guy left on waivers, and I just wanted to be a part of it just in case. Claypool and Mike Davis both make strong cases. If it wasn't for James Robinson, I think you'd have a lot of other people, but Claypool didn't. He had a great game when Kier picked him up. He's been consistent, I guess. But Mike Davis taking over for Couchot, over Christian McCaffrey's role. You give anybody that can catch the ball, that's a good pickup.
Right.
Very good pickup. All right, who won the best trade of the year?
Mike wins best trade of the year for getting Tyreek Hill for Mostert, getting fucking James Conner for Malcolm Brown, getting CeeDee Lamb, Tom Brady for David Johnson, but for the first trade. So when I was looking at trades, I was looking over that, and I'm like, damn, Mike really he made 3 trades, 2 against Rail, just raped Rail. I don't know how Mike isn't in jail right now. I did want to say for whatever reason, Malcolm Brown was traded 3 times this year, and Darrell Henderson was traded twice.
Wow.
Real quickly, Gwill and Trav on October 1st traded Tony Pollard for the Jets D, and nobody talked about it. A trade got vetoed this year as pretend, but because the defense was involved. And nobody even remembers until I just looked it up. Tony Pollard for the Jets. What a fucking trade.
Oh, and the Jets actually helped me win that week.
They were good. Like the first 2 weeks, Jets were putting up points as a defense when they were healthy and shit. Yes, I'll touch real quick. Kiesler made a good fucking trade for Swift, helped him get a couple points for a couple games. Godwin could still pay off. Gwill. How do you say it? Fucking something like nominees. Another nominee for Gwill. Scary Terry. You got Dalton Schultz, CD, and John Taylor, who you're starting all of them this week against me in the playoffs. So if you win and you start out those guys, Gwill could potentially, I think, would deserve trade of the year for that. And that's what I gotta say. I had to mention that trade because, like I said, you're starting all 3 of them.
Yep. All right. Next up, the Fuck My Ass Award. That would be the most points against. That would be the commish. Got his ass fucked this year.
Wow. So it's not. Wow, you just had.
Yeah. And then
I-
Troy
My butthole
came in
raised.
second. He had 132.6 less points. Mish,
Man,
enjoy
Trev,
the open
people need to
butthole.
be,
You got
people need to be thanking you. You sacrificed your fantasy team this year for the Browns to be good.
Fucking terrible.
Browns Nation needs to thank you. I mean, you're literally the number one fan, the most call into Dan, Patrick. They take your calls. Travis from Ohio. Like, wow, I can't believe you sacrificed your team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sacrifice anything for the Browns to win it all, and it's proven like it's working. My Perch FL, but you know what's keeping me alive is my work playoffs. I'm in the 3 seed in my work league, so I'm good. If I didn't have that, talk about depression. Sorry, Mike.
Who cares about your fantasy team?
No one cares about your fantasy team, Trev. Last and certainly least award of the night is
Jonathan Taylor, though.
the Nate Robinson Award for least points. Number 1 is Jared Rail. He scored 1,408.1 points. Second was Haynes. Last and definitely least, the award you don't want every year, the Nate Robinson Award.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, That's it for the awards. I don't know if we'll see you next week. We're going to have one Perch primer in the semifinals. So at least we'll get some good videos, I'm sure.
Yeah, everyone has to do a video, correct? Like
absolutely.
playoff.
When you're in the playoffs, I expect a good video every single person. Minimum 60 seconds. Minimum. This is the playoffs, the big leagues. I want 60 seconds of high quality costume, makeup. We'll do what you gotta fucking do, all right? Put on the red hair like Boy Gwill over here.
Real quick, it turns out I will be receiving a replacement iPhone 8 on Monday. So if I win against Gwill, I'm gonna have the best fucking iPhone 8 quality video for the next week. Gwill, how's your phone doing? Is this the matchup of the phones?
I have a new phone, the iPhone 12 I got today. I'm a new T-Mobile.
Oh, you're 5G.
Thank
You're
you.
5G now, huh?
Yeah, they said something about a SIM card. I'm like, what the fuck is a SIM card?
12 have to have the new SIM card, the 5G
Pretty
SIM
simple
card.
stuff. Cool.
Oh. So it's the 5G thing.
5G has a new SIM card.
SIM card is a good thing.
5G causes cancer like a motherfucker. Stay away
Well,
from
5G caused Corona, is what I heard.
Can't wait. All right, we will see you guys next year.
Go Brownies! Perch FL!
Let's go!
Perch FL, thank you for a great year. This has been an awesome year. 2020 has been crazy as fuck with COVID, dealing with all this bullshit every week. Thank you for dealing with the bullshit, going with the punches, because it's all under construction. We're going to have a better product on the field next year. I promise you that. Go Brownies.
Joy.
Hoo, hoo.
Joy.